Whalers killed whales while Greenpeace watched. Now, you don't walk by a child who's being abused. You don't walk by a kitten that's being kicked to death and do nothing. So I find it abhorrent to sit there and watch a whale being slaughtered and do nothing but bear witness, as they call it.
Despite such outrage, thousands of whales are still hunted each year. This raises a critical question. How are these majestic creatures still being caught in the modern era? In this video, we'll delve into the shocking truth behind modern whaling. We'll explore the methods used to hunt them, the impact of these practices, and the ongoing fight to protect these incredible animals. Is there hope for a future where whales can truly roam free? Let's find out how fishermen catch 4,969 whales every year. History. The story of whaling begins not with vast fleets but with small coastal communities. Archaeological evidence suggests that whaling practices date as far back as 3000 BCE in the North Atlantic, North Pacific, and Arctic Ocean. These communities relied on whales for sustenance, using every part of the animal. Whale meat provided a valuable source of protein, blubber was rendered into oil for fuel and light, while bones and baleen were fashioned into tools and implements. By the 19th century, whaling had transformed from a localized activity to a global industry. Countries like Norway, Japan, and Iceland transitioned from small-scale coastal whaling to large-scale commercial operations. This shift was driven by the insatiable demand for whale products. Whale oil extracted from blubber became a necessity in lamps before the widespread adoption of electricity. And whalebone, a flexible yet strong material, was used in the construction of corsets, umbrellas, and other everyday items. The rise of commercial whaling coincided with significant technological advancements. The invention of exploding harpoons in the 18th century vastly increased the efficiency and lethality of the hunt. Steam-powered ships in the mid-19th century allowed whalers to venture further and faster, reaching previously inaccessible hunting grounds. The ultimate game changer came in the early 20th century with the introduction of factory ships. These behemoths were equipped with winches and onboard processing facilities, allowing for the wholesale slaughter and processing of whales at sea. Unfortunately, the efficiency of these new technologies proved disastrous for whale populations. By the mid-20th century, decades of relentless hunting had pushed many large whale species toward the brink of extinction. Whales, a treasured and hunted resource. While the large-scale commercial whaling of the past has been significantly curbed, the debate surrounding the practice continues. Modern whale hunting exists in a complex space, with limited exceptions to the international ban on commercial whaling. Whales were a highly sought-after resource because of how every part of their body was useful. Their thick blubber, a natural insulating layer akin to a giant wetsuit, was a highly sought-after commodity. Rendered down, it produced oil that illuminated homes and businesses long before the invention of the light bulb. Imagine flickering lamplight, fueled by the fat of a leviathan, casting warm shadows on walls adorned with whaling maps and scrimshaw carvings, a testament to humanity's dependence on these magnificent creatures. Whale meat, rich in protein and a valuable source of sustenance, played a vital role in feeding coastal communities and providing nourishment for long, perilous voyages across unforgiving seas. But the uses of these ocean giants extended far beyond basic needs. Baleen, those long, bristly plates hanging from a whale's mouth, served a surprising purpose. Acting as a natural filter, they allowed whales to feast on tiny krill. These remarkable structures, incredibly strong and flexible, found surprising applications on land. Imagine a world before synthetic materials, sturdy umbrella ribs crafted from baleen, offering robust support against the heaviest downpour. Or even more surprisingly, baleen became a key component in corset stays, providing a lightweight yet supportive element to undergarments. From fuel to fashion, the whale was humanity's ultimate multi-purpose marine mammal. Whale hunting stretches back millennia, with evidence of whale hunting practices dating back to ancient civilizations. Early whalers relied on a combination of skill, courage, and rudimentary tools. Small boats, often powered by oars or sails, were used to approach whales within striking distance, and hunters used harpoons crafted from wood or bone, tipped with sharp blades or barbed points. These harpoons were thrown by hand, a testament to the strength, agility, and not to mention aim required of these early whalers. Once a whale was struck, a long and arduous battle would ensue. The wounded whale would thrash about in a desperate attempt to escape, dragging the whaling boat through the water. Crews relied on ropes made from hemp or animal fibers to slow the whale and eventually tire it out. Once subdued, the whale would be killed with a lance thrust into its vital organs. This process was brutal and dangerous, with many whalers losing their lives at sea. The Industrial Revolution ushered in a new era of whaling, marked by increased efficiency and deadliness. Steam-powered whaling ships emerged, allowing hunters to venture further and faster in pursuit of whales. These ships were equipped with specialized tools like harpoon cannons, significantly increasing the range and power with which whales could be struck. The invention of exploding harpoons inflicted even greater damage on the whales, shortening the struggle and lessening the risk to whalers. Modern whale hunting utilizes a range of sophisticated technologies to locate, track, and kill whales. Sonar technology plays a key role in detecting whales hidden beneath the surface of the water. Harpoons are no longer thrown by hand. Instead, they are fired from powerful cannons equipped with trigger-release mechanisms, ensuring accuracy and lethality. These advancements in technology have made hunting whales more efficient, raising concerns about the potential for overexploitation of whale populations. However, the ocean's bounty has its limits. The Industrial Revolution's insatiable demand for resources fueled the rise of massive mechanized whaling fleets. Think of Master and Commander, where colossal warships dominated the seas. Whaling ships mirrored these leviathans, floating factories equipped with harpoons and specialized tools that allowed for previously unimaginable hunting efficiency. This relentless pursuit had devastating consequences. Whale populations plummeted, with the majestic blue whales, the largest animals on Earth, hunted to the brink of extinction. The once abundant ocean became a desolate landscape. Subsistence hunting, tradition, and necessity. But whale hunting wasn't all about the profit or the gore. For some communities, it is intertwined with their culture. Subsistence hunting refers to the practice of hunting whales by specific indigenous communities for cultural and nutritional needs, not commercial gain. This practice carries deep significance for these communities, with whaling woven into their cultural fabric for generations. It's kind of like the glue that holds the community together because of how much teamwork is required for it. For instance, Eskimo whaling communities have a long-standing tradition of relying on whales as a vital source of food and materials for traditional practices like clothing and tools.
It's very hard to describe to the outside world how we feel and how we are connected to the whale. It's something that I don't think nobody can explain or express how they feel or how they understand the whale. There's nobody else except the Eskimo himself.
The continuation of subsistence hunting is contingent on its sustainability. To ensure this, strict regulations and quotas are implemented by the International Whaling Commission, IWC. These quotas set limitations on the number of whales that can be harvested each year, taking into account population health and ecological impact. Indigenous communities work collaboratively with the IWC to maintain a balance between cultural traditions and the conservation of whale populations. Scientific whaling, however, allows for the limited hunting of whales under permits issued for research purposes. This practice aims to collect valuable data on whale populations, behavior, and their role within marine ecosystems. This data contributes to scientific understanding and informs conservation efforts. Countries like Japan have employed scientific whaling programs, arguing that the data collected is essential for managing whale populations and protecting marine environments.
I believe you have to kill more whales to prove your point.
That's part of the research.
This is not science. This is commercial whaling you're doing under the guise of science.
No, it's good science. And many scientists really think that this is good science.
Proponents of scientific whaling believe it offers valuable insights that cannot be obtained through non-lethal methods. Despite the justifications presented, scientific whaling has become a contentious issue. Critics argue that some countries exploit these permits as a smokescreen for continued commercial whaling. They raise concerns that the data collected is minimal and does not justify the killing of whales. Additionally, advancements in non-lethal research techniques like biopsy sampling and photogrammetry have cast doubt on the necessity of scientific whaling for data collection. The controversy surrounding scientific whaling has led to international scrutiny and legal challenges. The IWC has implemented stricter regulations and oversight to ensure transparency and prevent the misuse of scientific permits. Efforts are ongoing to find a middle ground that allows for legitimate scientific research while safeguarding whales from exploitation. The ban and the exceptions. The International Whaling Commission, IWC, formed in 1946 to regulate the industry, finally implemented a moratorium on commercial whaling in 1982, which came into effect in 1986. This decision marked a turning point in the history of whale fishing, acknowledging the unsustainable practices of the past. Imagine a collective sigh of relief echoing across the vast oceans. This global effort, spearheaded by concerned nations and conservation groups, finally granted whales some much-needed breathing room after centuries of relentless hunting that pushed them to the brink of extinction. But the story doesn't end with a simple happily ever after. Enter the International Whaling Commission, or IWC for short. Think of them as the ocean's guardians, a global body responsible for monitoring whale populations and setting regulations for whaling activities, if any are permitted at all. The IWC acts as a kind of security council for whales, ensuring member countries play by the rules established to protect these magnificent creatures. However, a wrinkle remains in this international agreement. Believe it or not, a loophole allows certain countries, primarily Iceland, Japan, and Norway, to continue hunting a limited number of whales each year. This exception has sparked a major debate that continues to this day. Some argue that whaling is a deeply ingrained cultural tradition, passed down through generations in these countries. Imagine a young boy growing up in a whaling village, hearing stories of his grandfather and father hunting these giants. It becomes woven into the very fabric of their society. Proponents of this view often cite the IWC quotas, arguing that these restrictions strictly limit the number of whales that can be caught annually. Think of it like a limited edition offering. There's a set number available, and once they're gone, the season ends. But conservationists, the ocean's fiercest advocates, counter this argument with scientific evidence. They point out that even limited whaling disrupts the delicate balance of whale populations. Imagine a meticulously balanced ecosystem. Each creature, from the tiniest plankton to the massive whales, plays a crucial role. By removing even a small number of whales, the entire ecosystem can be thrown off whack, potentially leading to unforeseen consequences down the line. They argue passionately that whales are vital to the health of our oceans, and any form of hunting, regardless of the scale, poses a risk. Here's a plot twist that might surprise you. Whale watching has emerged as a booming industry, generating far more revenue than whaling ever could. Imagine a boat full of excited tourists, cameras poised, as a breaching humpback whale launches itself out of the water in a breathtaking display of power and grace. Whale watching offers a win-win situation for both humans and these magnificent creatures. Tourists experience the thrill of encountering whales in their natural habitat, creating lasting memories. Meanwhile, whales get a chance to thrive without being hunted, contributing to the health of the ocean ecosystem. There are even some amazing YouTube channels dedicated entirely to whale-watching adventures, capturing the awe-inspiring beauty of these encounters. These people scout out areas and educate you on all things whale while taking you on a journey to watch these magnificent creatures in their natural habitat. But back to the matter at hand. Who's right in this debate? Is limited whaling acceptable? Or should we focus all our efforts on promoting responsible wildlife tourism like whale watching? The truth is, it's a complex issue with no easy answers. The new reality beyond hunting. Remember the days when whales were seen as a giant resource, a source of blubber and meat to be relentlessly hunted? Thankfully, times have changed dramatically. Today, these gentle giants are generating a different kind of revenue, tourism. The whale watching industry is booming, bringing in millions of dollars every year. Imagine the breathtaking experience of seeing a humpback whale breach mere feet from your boat, its immense body dwarfing everything around it. The power, grace, and sheer size of these creatures leave a lasting impression, forever changing your perspective on the ocean's wonders. There are even incredible YouTube channels dedicated entirely to whale-watching adventures. But the value of whales extends far beyond the realm of tourism. They are more than just majestic spectacles. They're a vital part of the ocean's ecosystem. Scientists are now delving deeper than ever before, unlocking the secrets of their fascinating world. Researchers are studying whale behavior in intricate detail, from their complex communication methods using clicks, whistles, and songs, to their incredible migration patterns that span thousands of miles. Imagine tracking a blue whale across vast stretches of the ocean, piecing together the puzzle of their underwater lives. There are fascinating YouTube documentaries on this topic, like understanding these creatures isn't just about scientific curiosity, it's crucial for their protection and the health of our oceans as a whole. However, despite the international whaling moratorium, whales still face a hidden danger: bycatch. Imagine a curious bottlenose dolphin, playful and full of life, swimming alongside a fishing net. Suddenly entangled in the mesh, it struggles desperately, unable to escape. This is the grim reality of bycatch, a major threat causing injury and death to countless whales, dolphins, and other marine life every year. But amidst the challenges, there's a flicker of hope. Scientists and fishermen are forging a new path, working together to find solutions. Imagine redesigning fishing gear to be whale-friendly, using lightweight materials and breakaway mechanisms that allow entangled creatures to escape unharmed. Or picture innovative acoustic devices deployed underwater, emitting sounds that deter whales from approaching areas where fishing nets are deployed. These clever solutions are helping whales navigate our increasingly crowded oceans with a better chance of survival. Sometimes, the most surprising partnerships have the most significant impact. Imagine communities of fishermen, whose ancestors relied on whaling for generations, now standing shoulder to shoulder with conservationists to protect the very creatures they once hunted. This collaboration is key to finding sustainable fishing practices that benefit both humans and whales. By developing alternative sources of income for fishing communities and promoting responsible fishing practices, we can create a win-win situation for all. However, the threats whales face go beyond entanglement in fishing gear. Habitat loss due to coastal development and climate change are posing major challenges to these magnificent creatures. In the next part, we'll explore how these threats are impacting whale populations and how cutting-edge technology is playing a vital role in their future. Stay tuned, because the story of whales and humans is far from over. There's much more to learn about these underwater giants, and our actions can play a crucial role in safeguarding their future in our ever-changing world. Challenges. We've seen how whales have transitioned from hunted resources to beloved tourist attractions. However, their journey to survival is far from over. The persistence of commercial whaling, even after the International Whaling Commission (IWC) ban of 1986, remains a significant hurdle. Countries like Japan, Norway, and Iceland continue whaling under the guise of scientific research or cultural traditions, raising concerns about the true motivations behind these practices. These continued hunts, often subsidized by governments, pose a direct threat to whale populations, undermining international conservation efforts and jeopardizing the fragile balance of marine ecosystems. The depletion of whale populations driven by these ongoing activities disrupts the delicate food web and throws entire ecosystems into disarray. These gentle giants still face a multitude of threats that could jeopardize their future in our vast oceans. Imagine their underwater world shrinking. Sadly, that's the reality due to pollution. Plastic waste, a plague of our own making, chokes the oceans, entangling whales and harming their digestive systems. Chemicals from everyday products, like pesticides and industrial runoff, seep into the water, impacting whale health in ways we're still trying to understand. The methods employed in whale hunting also raise serious ethical concerns. Determining the swift and painless death of such large, intelligent creatures proves complex. The IWC has struggled to establish clear criteria for humane killing, further complicated by the varying size, anatomy, and behavior of different whale species. Further obfuscating the issue is the lack of transparency from whaling nations. Countries like Japan, Norway, and Iceland fail to share crucial data on hunting practices, hindering efforts to implement stricter regulations and improve welfare standards. This lack of transparency fuels speculation about the true extent of whaling activities and raises ethical questions about the treatment of these sentient beings. The continued demand for whale meat presents another layer of challenge. While consumption has declined significantly in recent years, some regions still view whale meat as a delicacy. This ongoing demand, coupled with the historical legacy of whaling, fuels the persistence of this practice. Additionally, technological advancements in hunting methods, making whales easier targets, further complicate efforts to regulate and ultimately end whale hunting. Cultural practices in some communities also contribute to the challenge. While respecting cultural traditions is important, finding a balance that prioritizes sustainable practices and the long-term health of whale populations is crucial. Climate change is also a growing concern. Melting glaciers disrupt the delicate balance of their migration patterns, pushing them further and further from their traditional feeding grounds. Rising sea levels threaten coastal ecosystems where whales rely on specific prey to survive. Imagine a whale calf struggling to find food in a habitat ravaged by climate change, a heartbreaking consequence of human actions. But the challenges don't stop there. Our growing reliance on shipping lanes fills the oceans with a constant hum of activity. Imagine trying to navigate a busy highway blindfolded. That's what navigating these increasingly noisy waters must be like for whales. Their reliance on sound for communication and navigation is disrupted by the constant drone of ships, making it difficult for them to find food, mates, and safe havens. The road ahead. The fight to protect whales from the dangers of fishing and hunting necessitates innovative solutions to address the complex challenges at hand. While the challenges may seem daunting, a growing movement recognizes the critical role these magnificent creatures play in the health of our oceans. This article explores promising solutions that offer a glimmer of hope for a future where humans and whales can coexist sustainably. One innovative proposal involves the establishment of a whale conservation market, overseen by a World Whaling Authority. Under this system, the International Whaling Commission, IWC, would auction tradable annual whale catch quotas among its member nations. This market-based approach aims to allocate sustainable whale shares. Member nations could then choose to harvest their allocated shares, leave them unused, or even retire them, essentially removing them from the market permanently. Those in favor of this argue that this system creates a global incentive for responsible whaling. By creating a financial value for whale populations, conservation becomes more economically viable. This approach could potentially reduce whale mortality without needing nation-specific limitations, potentially appealing to both whalers and conservationists. However, the whale conservation market concept remains controversial. Critics raise concerns about potential overexploitation disguised as sustainable hunting. Additionally, the ethical implications of placing a price tag on the lives of these sentient beings remain a point of contention. Further discussion, scientific evaluation, and international cooperation are necessary before the feasibility of such a market can be fully determined. Whale entanglement in fishing gear, particularly commercial crab traps, is an issue we've discussed before. This issue demands solutions that address the needs of both the whaling industry and the fishing sector. There needs to be increased education and awareness programs targeting fishermen are crucial. Collaborative efforts can help develop and implement safer fishing gear designs that minimize entanglement risks. Additionally, fostering open communication between conservationists, fishermen, and government agencies can foster a collective approach to addressing this issue. By focusing on preventative measures and mitigating accidental entanglement rather than relying solely on whaling restrictions, these solutions aim to protect whales without jeopardizing the livelihood of those who rely on the fishing industry. Traditional methods of whale research often relied on visual observation and tagging techniques. While valuable, these methods have limitations. Enter the transformative role of technology in the field of whale conservation. Drones and digital tags, for instance, have revolutionized data collection. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras can survey vast areas, enabling researchers to track whale movements, identify individuals, and assess population health. Digital tags attached to whales provide invaluable data on their diving behavior, migration patterns, and feeding habits. Artificial intelligence, AI, is also playing a fascinating role in whale conservation. Researchers are utilizing complex algorithms to analyze whale songs, unlocking the secrets of their communication patterns. By understanding what these vocalizations mean, we can gain valuable insights into their social structures, feeding behavior, and even potential threats they may be facing. AI-powered systems can analyze vast quantities of data collected from drones, tags, and other sources. This allows researchers to also identify trends, predict migration routes, and understand how whales respond to environmental changes. This deeper understanding of whale behavior and habitat use is crucial for developing targeted conservation strategies. The good news is, everyone can play a part in securing a brighter future for whales. Consider supporting established conservation organizations, like the Whale and Dolphin Conservation or the World Wildlife Fund. These dedicated groups work tirelessly to advocate for whales, protect their habitats, and conduct vital research. Even your everyday choices can make a difference. By opting for sustainable seafood, you're sending a powerful message that responsible fishing practices are crucial for the health of our oceans and the amazing creatures that call it home. Simple actions like volunteering for a beach cleanup can help remove harmful debris that threatens marine life, including whales. Conclusion: the future of whales remains uncertain. While some nations continue to hunt these magnificent creatures, a global movement advocating for whale conservation is gaining momentum. By understanding the evolution of whaling methods, from the traditional tools of the past to the sophisticated technology employed today, we gain a deeper appreciation for the challenges faced by these vulnerable populations. Fostering international cooperation, implementing stricter regulations on whaling, and exploring alternative solutions like the Whale Safe System are crucial steps in ensuring a future where whales can thrive in healthy and sustainable ocean ecosystems. But what do you think? Have you tried whale meat? Is it actually worth it? Or if you are someone from a community whose main source of food is the whale, what do you think about the outrage? Share all your opinions in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the ocean. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our channel for similar content.